So in the junior high girls invitational mile, we've got a big field ready to take four trips around the track here in St. Louis. 19 girls are ready to race. And there is your start list here for our first gun of the night, May Walker, a 14-year-old from Columbia, Missouri. She attends Gentry Middle School. And Carrie, she has the best seed time in this field, 5:18. How about that?
Yeah, as an eighth grader running 5:18. And as an eighth grader, she's going to take time off in big chunks, which she's done all season, PB after PB. And again, she's going to be pushed by different names. And that's a big thing when you're this age, not knowing exactly how the athletes are going to run around you, getting a taste of what it's like to, run with people that you've never run with. So it's going to be fun to see these young athletes. There's a couple sixth graders in the field. There's a lot of seventh graders and a lot of eighth graders.
And lots of speed. 5:18 for May Walker, the best seed time. Maggie Baker, a 14-year-old from Nashville. Emma Stanley from Ames, Iowa, running 5:30 earlier this season, an indoor personal best of 5:15. Our first gun of the night. It is going to be a fun evening with you here at the HOKA Festival of Miles. We are underway with the junior high girls mile run.
Will, I love this. You can see a lot of jostling and you can see a lot of people trying to find position. And when they're this young, in a lot of races that they're running at right now, there maybe aren't that many girls on the track. Growing up in these smaller schools or, running in your home state, a lot of times you're one of 5 that are out there real fast. Well, there was, 20 athletes that got off the line together and they were jostling around, learning how to hold their own, learning how to race in packed fields, and that's exciting too. It's a whole different ball game tonight.
It absolutely is. And running to the front, this is Jocelyn Haynes from Troy in Missouri, 8th grader who has run 5:56. She goes to the lead. And here comes Ella Messner, a 6th grader from Kansas City, Missouri, who has a couple of new personal bests this season of 2:40 and of 5:30. And Emma Stanley runs in third. A pretty quick start, an aggressive opening 400 plus as they come through with about 1,200 to go, carrying about 78.
That's always a hard thing to do when you're young and you're learning how to race, is to kind of control those nerves and that excitement in the first 400. But this is where we're going to see them settle in a little bit, kind of see how they're feeling, what's going on around them. Maybe start thinking a little bit, which we don't want to do so much, but you're starting to wonder what's going on behind you. Should you be in the lead? Should you be on the shoulder? Should you be in the first lane and not in the second lane? All of these little things come into your mind. And then we want them to just settle in and just start racing. Forget what's going on upstairs and just run with your heart.
And for middle schoolers and high schoolers alike, Carrie, I imagine that's a long process in order to control the noise going on around you, because for a lot of these runners, this is the first time they will have ever run in front of a crowd like this.
Exactly. And they know the professional runners are coming around. They know Natalie Cook is in the house. They know there's some big names that they're looking up to right now. So they're the first ones to really kick it off. We had some younger athletes out there running before the actual track races started tonight. But, these athletes are super excited coming through 800 here. And you can see it's still pretty tight up front.
It sure is. About 2:40 unofficially. So certainly a little bit more of a comfortable pace there on the second lap, but still on schedule for 5:20. And again, we have to emphasize the fact that these are middle school girls that are running so quickly and are handling this atmosphere exceptionally well. And in the lead, this is still Ella Messner, a 6th grader from Kansas City, Missouri, representing the area of the country that she comes from.
If I'm not mistaken with my research, her PB for the 800 is 2:40. So she went out right at her PB pace. And, sometimes you just have to do that. I can remember doing that so often, especially in college, trying to hang on to the older girls and just seeing what I could do. And I kind of like that she's going for it. She's running. She's pushing the pace. We'll see how she handles now when people come up on her. But she's young and she's fearless, so go for it.
And here comes May Walker into the fold as well, running right behind the sixth grader, Ella Messner, who has led this thing from the beginning. It's a battle for Missouri, and they are joined by Mary McKenzie and Emma Stanley. That is your group of three. They have made 3 trips around the track. They will hear the first bell of the night and have one more to go at 4:05.
Woo. They're rolling. One thing I really like about May Walker is she's a very good swimmer. She's done some triathlons in the past. I think what's nice to see that these athletes aren't just one-sported athletes. We have Emma Stanley, who's still up there in the lead pack. She's a basketball player. I mean, do all of the things, right? I mean, we look at some of the greatest athletes that we've ever seen, and they were well-rounded athletes. And I really like seeing these young athletes not only see how fast they are on the track, but be able to do other sports, to build the muscle, to build the stamina, and to build the excitement to run fast during track season.
And with 200 to go, 4:46, the times are going to be very quick for Ella Messner and May Walker. 150 to go, and we're going to have a great finish to our opening race of the night here on a gorgeous evening on a Thursday in St. Louis. It's Walker in the pink on the outside. It's Messner on the inside. A battle for Missouri into the final straightaway, and look at the fight from these two young ladies. Messner with a step. What a finish for the sixth grader from Academy Lafayette in Kansas City, your first winner of the night, and a great time as well for May Walker.
Wow, that was an awesome race. And like we said, things happen in these races with a sixth grader leading those last 2 laps, going through in what I think is her PB for 800 meters and running almost a 30-second PB in the mile tonight. Pretty awesome. To see her hold off May Walker with 150 meters to go, that was gutsy.
It sure was. And she may only be in 6th grade, but that was a very mature race that you would see from a seasoned veteran right there, and not getting too panicked when somebody comes up on her shoulder with a fight for the lead going down to the final 100 meters. I think, Carrie, we're in for a pretty good night if the rest of the races live up to just half of that right there.
I'd have to say that. I mean, what an exciting race. Look at her here, just grinding it out. May Walker trying to get her. She moves out a little bit, which just is, I would think, is instinctual. Ella Messner just moves out to the outside of lane 1, holding off May Walker. And I think if she goes back and watches that race, she'll be really proud, not only with a new PB of 5:23, but also the tactics that she used. Very smart.
That is a 7-second personal best for Messner, who takes the win. Walker coming in second. Emma Stanley, she gets a new personal best as well. Her first trip under 5:30 for 3rd place. Mary McKenzie, Savannah Armin round out your top 5. But Carrie, we're going to say this a lot tonight, that we're going to see a lot of personal bests across the board. And how about this? A chance to stand on the podium as a 6th grader in front of this audience with the noise going on, and a pretty good day at the office, I would say.
I would have to say that. That's pretty awesome. Just to see the poise that she has, getting to be all the way on the top of the podium, standing next to these amazing athletes. Great race.
So congratulations to our first winner, Ella Messner, running under 5:30, taking the Invitational Junior High Girls Mile. 1 mile down in our festival of miles tonight, here presented by HOKA, right here on Runner Space. Will Bowling, Carrie Tollefson with you. We will hear from Billy Saveco and from the legend himself, Leo Manzano, coming up later on in the broadcast as well. We've got 2 great milers, Carrie, if I do say so myself, between Leo, Billy, and I don't know if we can quite live up to the athletic expectation that you guys are setting here.
Well, I think you could say that because he's a friend of yours and you know him well. But we're all in this sport because we love it and we have a lot of fun with it. So that's what matters. Will, is that you're having fun, you run hard.
Absolutely.